Hello everyone, I'm Srushi Jadhav from Zeron and I'm going to be host for the today's event. I would want to welcome everyone in the new episode for the fireside chat. I hope everyone is doing great today. Last night was a profoundly difficult night for many of us. We heard of the passing of Mr. Ratan Tata. His legacy and greatly impacted countless lives, and his absence will be felt deeply in our hearts and communities. And honoring his memory, we acknowledge the importance of shared knowledge and insights. With that spirit in mind, let's dive straight into our fireside chat and explore the valuable insights we have prepared for you today. A quick recap of last week's fireside chat. We had an insightful episode on the attack surface factor, elevating or reducing your cyber value at risk. Very well explained by everyone in this session. So, for today's episode, we have with us Mr. Rajesh and Mr. Sumit. They will help us understand as well as share their expertise on the agenda that we have today. That is SEBIs CSCRF and CCI, a priority for financial cyber resilience. Please join me as I welcome CA and CS Mr. Sumit, who is our finance manager at Zeron. Also joining us today will be CISA and CCSO Mr. Rajesh, Senior Cybersecurity Consultant at Zeron. So, hi Rajesh and Sumit, how are you doing?
Great,
Hi.
Srishti.
Yeah, that
Hello,
sounds
Sushi.
good.
Yeah.
Yes, so the office looks vibrant today thanks to our HR.
Mm.
We have a festive mood in the office. So before we skip to the celebrations, let us get start with the agenda, right? So to start this discussion, the question one is to Sumit. So I would want you to explain the new cyber framework, the type of organizations that are required to comply with the cybersecurity and cyber resilience framework, and how will this benefit them?
Yeah, thank you, Srishti, for the lovely introduction and also for giving me the opportunity to throw light on the new framework. So now I will be giving a brief introduction about the framework. So the Security and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI, has introduced the Cybersecurity and Cyber Resilience Framework, that is also called as CSCRF, to enhance the cybersecurity measures in the Indian securities market. So the goal of this framework is to ensure robust cyber resilience and better protection against the cybersecurity incidents and attacks, which is happening very often nowadays. So the SEBI has offered a set of standards and guidelines designed to strengthen the cybersecurity posture of SEBI regulated entities. Those are REs, that is the registered entities. And most importantly, the CSCRF will replace all the previous SEBI issued cybersecurity circulars, guidelines, advisors, and letters, making it the primary regulatory framework for cybersecurities in the securities market. So now I will take you to the applicability. So the cybersecurity and cyber resilience framework, that is CSCRF, applies to organization that handles public money or possesses sensitive information. This includes entities regulated by the stock exchange, that is the Securities and Exchange Board of India, such as the stock exchange, depositories, asset management companies, and other intermediaries. Now, what are the benefits of adhering to the new framework? So the focus is on ensuring these organizations have strong cybersecurity protocols to protect public funds and sensitive financial data from cyber threats. So by adhering to this framework, these organizations can enhance their cyber posture and ensure the integrity of the Indian securities market. So now the applicability of CSERF is based on different categories of REs, that is the registered entities. So CSERF follows a graded approach and classifies REs in the following broad categories. That is market infrastructure institution, which is also called as MIIs, which includes stock exchange and clearing corporations, and qualified registered entities, which broadly includes mutual funds, asset management companies, AMC, portfolio managers, merchant bankers, and so on. So now what the organization has to do is the category of RE shall be decided at the beginning of the financial year based on the data of the previous financial year. Once the category of RE is decided, the RE shall remain in the same category throughout the financial year, irrespective of any changes in the parameters during the financial year. then this category which is selected shall be validated by the respective reporting authority at the time of compliance submission. So this is the overall a brief introduction about the new framework.
Srishti, you're on mute.
So sorry for that. So thank you, Sumit, for the answer. So during the session, if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section. We will take them in between our conversation.
Yes,
So my next question is to Rajesh. What
yes,
makes
Srishti.
SEBI's latest cybersecurity circular more significant than previous ones, and how does it differ from earlier SEBI or RBI mandates?
Yeah. Thank you, Sumit, for the introduction about the circular so that now I can take up with the cybersecurity related aspect of this. Yes, Srishti. So as you were asking, like, what is this new circular different from the earlier one? See, the first cybersecurity circular related to a baseline was given in the year 2015. Later, there were so many circular series of circulars and master directions from SEBI and RBI. But what makes this different is this is a comprehensive one, which has not been given in an category wise. As Sumit was explaining, there are various categories who are all bundled up and given this in the circular. So this circular applies to everyone, irrespective of their category, of their market cap or anything. So that is one of the like biggest change in this particular circular, what I can see, and it was issued on 20th of August 2024. So basically, the composition of the circular, it has three parts and consists of around 128 standards, clauses as standards. So part one has this 128 clauses, which has further been classified, subclassified as anticipate, evolve, recover, withstand, like this. And this has six functions, which we can more relate with a NIST kind of framework: governance, identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. So this is about the part one of the circular. Part two is about implementation guidelines. Those 128 clauses, how we can implement within our organization. That has been clearly defined and the guidelines has been given by the SEBI, which makes easy for organization to implement the circular. And part three has a reporting structure. This is more of uh, like reporting and annexures, which helps organizations in making an uniformity in presentation. The company here A is presenting their VAPT report in one particular manner, and it will match with the company B, because if they are coming under the SEBI and following this particular circular, it is giving the uniformity among the industry. So that is one of the biggest step ahead we can see in our industry, in Indian industry especially,
Yes.
where uniformity and standardization has been like initiated. Further, every circular until now, it was only recommended to have a robust framework within their organization related to ISMS or privacy, like this. But this circular insists to implement ISO 27001:2022 as their baseline. So this means there is an alignment, a shift towards international recognition and being complied with a globally recognized kind of standards. So these are the few things, and few aspects have gone to the minute aspect like SOC center management, how the VAPT scope should be determined, all these things. So by this, I think this approach has made the most comprehensive and actionable circular.
Yes,
Yes,
Rajesh. Yeah.
Srishti.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. So Sumit, you are next up. So like the next question is, in fact, everyone is watching in this world. What want to understand? Are there any potential financial operational impacts if these compliance requirements are not met? Hello, Sumit.
Yes, Srishti. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are potential financial or operational impact if these compliances are not met.
Hmm.
Like there can be a loss of business if we say from the financial standpoint. Like client may lose trust in the organization due to perceived or actual cybersecurity weakness. This can lead to decline in revenue. Another financial loss could be there can also be a legal liability, like organization may face lawsuit from investors or clients if they fail to meet the compliance results. Then there are operational impact involved as well, like data loss, where the sensitive financial information might be compromised, causing operational inefficiencies and reputational damage. And increased scrutiny, where regulatory bodies like SEBI or RBI may increase oversight or impose stricter controls on non-compliant organizations, further impacting their day-to-day operations. So these are few of the impact which the organization may face if they don't follow the framework.
Okay, Sumit. Thank you for that. So, moving a deep into information about this framework, Rajesh, could you also tell us how SEBI's classification of capability index scores helps
Yeah,
organization assess their level of cyber maturity?
yeah. Uh, Within the circular, that is cyber security and cyber resilience framework, CCI is one small part of the circular, but it has an crucial value in deriving cyber security resilience. It's a kind of highlighted thing within the circular. It has been stated in a standard name JV.OV.S4. That is a reference which we can take up in the circular for this CCI. Uh, so basically, there are 23 parameters, and we understand how this CCI has been framed in. There's one particular committee within SEBI, which is High Power Cyber Security Steering Committee. It comprises of 8 members who are research professors of many IITs and IASC research professor and directors of NPCCI and also certain. So this 8 people team, they have made this 23 parameters, framed this 23 parameters. Uh, Out of this 23 parameters, we can gauge them with a score which is weighted. So after completion of the assessment of all 23 parameters, we get a score, and that is what determines the cybersecurity management of a particular organization. The purpose is to assess how the preparedness of an organization in managing the cyber risk. So this can be understood like after doing an assessment, if an score is below 50, that is failed state of cybersecurity. It is not considered as a cyber resilient organization. And from 51 to 100, it has been classified into about 5 groups: bare minimum, developing, manageable, optional, and exceptional level of cyber resilient organization. This classification helps them in just a minute, so by this, an entire industry of sector of people whoever is dealing in public money. So that is the reason why they are coming under SEBI regulations. So we can classify every organization who are dealing with the public money and what is the exact cyber security risk management status of them, whether they are in bare minimum security or they are an exceptional company, or if an organization is in a fight state of cyber security. This helps people to recognize the organization, how good they are in aspect of IT management and cybersecurity. So this is a main agenda about CCI being included in this circular. Yes,
Okay,
Srishti.
Rajesh. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for that. So my next question is to Sumit. I am sure there must be a deadline for this. So can you share us about the deadline to comply to the new framework and whom should an organization submit that report to?
Yeah, Shrishti, there is definitely a deadline in this. So the timeline to comply with the new framework, unless specified otherwise, the compliance reporting for CSCRF shall be done by the registered entities to their respective authorities as per the existing mechanism. Let's take an example to understand this. Like suppose there is an MII, that is the Stock Exchange or Clearing Corporation, shall submit their compliance with the CSCRF to SEBI, whereas the stockbrokers shall submit this compliance with CSCRF to Stock Exchange. And let's say depository participants, they need to submit the compliance with CSCRF to depositories and so on. So now coming to the periodicity of filing, the implementation date is where the CSCRF already exists in the organization. The due date shall be 1st of April 2025. And where the CSCRF is used for the first time. So they have given a certain leverage. The implementation date is 1st April 2025. And now the periodicity, suppose in case of MIIs, that is Stock Exchange and Clearing Corporation, need to file half yearly report to the regulating authorities, and qualified REs need to file it annually. So in this context, the chief security officer or designated cybersecurity lead must ensure that all the compliances outlined in the cybersecurity and cyber resilience framework are met in a timely manner. And also there is a crucial role of a company secretary in this framework, that the company secretary must implement regular audits to check whether the organization is actually following the framework or not, and they must also monitor the compliance and take corrective actions to maintain the robust cybersecurity posture and prevent financial and operational repercussions.
Okay, okay. So thank you so much. Thank you, Rajesh, for that. So let's see in our comment section if we have got any questions. Okay. So just a second. So I think this was it for today at least. So thank you, Mr. Rajesh. Thank you, Mr. Sumit, for taking your time and sharing such deep insights on the need of the topic of the our topic. So thank you once again. Join you guys shortly for the celebration. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. So such an insightful discussion that was. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Stay tuned with Zero Socials. We have something exciting coming up real soon. And if you guys want another fireside chat on the same topic, comment down below and we'll make sure all we come back to discuss this one more. On that note, this was your host Sushri Jadhav for today. See you guys in the next episode and happy Navratri to all of you.